This is why I was so excited about getting my hands on the 488 again. Hello one and all, welcome to Seeing Through Glass. You join me in the Austrian mountains. Oh, with what has to be one of the quickest supercars on the market today. Cyclist. Oh my god, oh my freaking god. I guess it does give me a chance to check out the bumpy road mode. If you didn't know, Ferraris recently have all been equipped with these suspension settings for bumpy roads, which mainly get used in the UK because our roads are so awful, but so smooth. And tarmac again! Woohoo! Oh, wow, that was a pretty good way to start the morning. I think Scenic Mountain Pass 1 done. Now it's lunchtime. And it looks like we found somewhere. Oh, there's an M2. Ooh. We've just entered some kind of toll road. Oh, sorry. We've just entered some kind of toll road. Let me park up and I'll tell you about it at lunch. I don't know quite how we've managed to luck upon this place. I found this road on Google Maps earlier. We've come to the top and there's like this whole museum and restaurant, and then as you can see the views are insane. And as we entered we had to pay a toll, and I've got like a map which is all about like cars and biking and sick roads. And the guy on the toll booth was like, give it some, yeah? So have we just like found Austria's own public racetrack? Potentially. That 488 is just blowing me away so much. The biggest thing with the speed is when you get above sort of 4,000, 5,000 RPM, those last 2,000 RPM, the car just flies. Anyway, Food and drink on the mountain cross point, and then more hooning. That was a surprisingly delicious lunch in the top of a mountain. Anyway, we are now going to head down the hill on what we hope is going to be this epic toll road. It started spitting with rain a little bit, but I think that's just because we're in the clouds. Hopefully it will dry the further we go. I need to talk to you guys about why I love these Ferraris so much. This 488 is a good starting point, but before I blabber on, I want to do the next section, just point of view. No music, no talking, just kind of show you what it's like to drive one of these cars on a mountain road. And then this afternoon, I'll try and put into words why I'm absolutely obsessed with Ferraris. So we have now arrived at the second mountain pass that I chose for today's Austrian adventure. But it's quite damp. It seems to be very wet here for some reason. I guess there's just been some rain that's passed through. And I'm definitely not confident enough yet with the 488 to start hooning it in these conditions. There are so many clips online of these cars biting people's heads off because the torque is just unreal. It's always strange watching footage back from days like this because the cameras never quite seem to do it justice. However, one thing which is very evident from that footage is just how easy the 488 is to drive, and to drive quickly. Now, I would never claim that I'm some super talented racing driver, but I am lucky enough to drive lots of different cars on many different roads. And despite the fact the 488 is a 660 horsepower rear-wheel drive monster, it doesn't feel leery. Perhaps it's because I'm not even pushing it close to its limits, or that the car's electronics is saving me from looking like a complete idiot. But it makes for such an incredible driving experience no matter what your skill level. The car is just so comfortable at high speeds. The carbon ceramics take a little getting used to because they're quite grabby no matter how lightly you push the pedal, but everything else just feels phenomenal to me. The gears kick you in the back as soon as you pull one of the paddles. The steering is so precise you're often surprised by how quickly you arrive into a corner. The power is totally manageable so long as you're aware it's there. We drove in some pretty wet conditions through Austria, but the car really only stepped out one or two times when I really forced it to. But for me, the biggest thing is just how easy the 488 is to live with. There is so much space and the cabin feels so well laid out. Now, whilst I'm the first to admit the 488 doesn't sound like a Ferrari should, it is loud, especially inside. When you go above 3000 RPM, the valves open and this roar comes out from over your shoulder. It's freaking awesome. Now that I've experienced all these things, now that I've spent a little bit more time with the car, I understand it better. And I understand how it differs from the 458 because visually they're so close, and I think I kind of felt like they were just very similar cars, but they're so different. This, the 488, is another hyper supercar like the McLaren 720S. It's so complete, so quick, and so practical. So it does feel to me like a step up over the 458. I haven't spent as much time in the 458 as the 488 now, but I can see why it needs to hold a premium. If this car was less valuable than a 458, then the car world has gone crazy. So as depressing as it is, that to get a similar type car, I'd have to be spending 270 odd grand. Oh, now it's my mum. God, what's with my family calling me during YouTube? She's not buying a car, but I'll catch up with her anyway, so see you guys in a bit. Another 488 vlog ends in a hotel room. Day 2 was probably even more epic than day 1. I didn't think that would be possible, but I'm loving every second of this trip. I hope you guys are enjoying it too. Tomorrow we have got a very exciting adventure planned in Germany. Give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe for plenty more videos to come.